Hey guys. So we are a few. You're still sleepy?
I'm sleepy
It
again.
scared me. We are a few hours after the PlayStation 5 event. I did this recording again because I messed it up again. What is it? It's just this week where I keep messing up the recording.
Yeah, stop doing that.
Yo, mama. Anyways, so the PlayStation 5 was announced, and as we just Robert just relayed this information to me. Apparently, stores were opening up pre-orders when they weren't supposed to,
Yeah,
causing all these sorts of backups and people. Then they closed out the pre-orders, and now people are freaking out.
yeah, but I mean, a few people were able to make a pre-order.
Yeah, but yeah, it's whatever. Not whatever, but we found out the prices: 500 for the disc PlayStation 5, and for the digital edition is 400, which is not that bad.
Yeah,
But the digital version of the Xbox Series X is $200.
that's still a way better deal.
Yeah. Oh, but and like a lot of people are like, oh well, it's 200. Yeah, so you can get both of them and stop bitching about console wars.
Yeah, I thought it was 300.
Was it?
Yeah, 299.
Hmm. What did I tell you about going that fast?
I'm sorry. I saw snacks. I wanted them.
But so they did announce and talk about games and show small clips of some games. Some games had some gameplay, others we knew about, some that were just announced during the event. So we're going down the list of what they announced and give our thoughts. First one they did was Final Fantasy 16, only on console,
Yay!
and I guess PC. It's just real quick PC. Ain't that weird? Is PC a
Yeah.
console? Would you consider PC a
Uh,
console?
no.
So they announced Final Fantasy 16, and as you know, a bunch of handsome guys are just walking around, too sexy for their own good.
Yeah,
Just
it's
walking around.
another dude adventure apparently.
Yeah, and in the previous recording, you had said that a couple people from or somebody from DMC
The
worked on the.
combat lead from DLC apparently is working on Final Fantasy 16.
Now, are we talking about DMC Devil May Cry, or we're talking about like?
No, DMC 5.
Okay, cool. Okay,
Yeah.
we're right there.
I should have been more specific. Well, I mean, the gameplay in DMC Don't Make Cry isn't that bad. It's actually really good.
It's just it's a good game. It's just a bad Devil May Cry game.
Yeah, it's a bad story.
Yeah, so I mean, you could have slapped on any other title to it, you could probably get away with it.
Yeah,
But
I mean that's neither here nor there. So
yeah, so the combat was really good. I like the way some of the creatures looked. It
yeah, I love the way the summons look.
it looks really well done. I can't wait to do it. I just gonna save up and get myself a PS4. Maybe
And
swing an Xbox
a
Series X.
PS5, you mean?
PS5,
Radio
right? I said
PS4.
5. I'm looking at my PS4 right now. I'm like, hey, what's up? How you going? No, I'm not cheating on you. I swear.
Nah, I'm not
Maybe
gonna need
no.
you in a while.
No, but not all the games are gonna be compatible for the PlayStation 5. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep. I still gonna keep the PS4 because I have all my Yakuza games on there. And until they let me port my Yakuza games over there, Jesus Christ, did you hear that?
oh my god, yeah.
My God, I hate recording around this time because we can't record on it because you're either asleep or on the. And it's not like, oh, why don't you get soundproof? You don't understand. Those cars. I live in the ghetto. Those cars are louder than they're supposed to be.
Then they're not that fast.
Yeah, they're just loud. They're not fast.
Yeah,
And anyways,
it's like an SUV. It's like a mom van.
yeah, there's a mom man going like 50 miles an hour. So Final Fantasy 16, I love Final Fantasy 15. These numbers are gonna confuse me.
Yeah,
Me no good with math and the numbers and stuff.
especially Roman numerals.
Shut up! I couldn't. I was like, oh yes, Final Fantasy. Yes, 16.
Like,
Yes,
like you
yeah.
counted out your
Ah!
fingers.
I was just waiting for somebody else to say it.
Yeah,
I want to feel like a dumbass in front of everybody. So the next one was some gameplay of Spider-Man Miles Morales,
it looks
which
very cinematic.
very cinematic. Which I'm assuming it was because the first one was very cinematic. It made you feel it
Yeah,
was such a good Spider-Man game, and they're coming off it with Spider-Man Miles Morales, which is a year after the first game. I don't think they said it's a direct sequel. It just takes place a year after,
yeah,
so it could set up a sequel for Peter Parker. Now I'm a little worried
right.
because anytime Miles Morales shows up,
Mm-hmm.
uh, Peter dies because it's the
Oh,
ultimate
you're
like Spider-Man universe, and
yeah.
Peter Parker kind of has to die. Into the
Well, I
Spider Verse did the
mean,
same thing with it.
yeah. But what if this game takes place at the same time as the sequel? Because they did tease Venom. Spoiler. Um, so I'm assuming Peter's gonna go against Venom because it's his friend,
Yeah,
at least in this version.
I
So it
hope
could be a thing
there's like an
where it's like,
incorporation with it. Yeah, like I know what you're saying. Like I hope this
yeah,
is the thing. And so in the first one, they were saying, oh, it would have been better if they gave Peter the Miles Morales like costume. Well, no, there's no point. He's
but
in the game.
yeah,
And we talked about a co-op Spider-Man game. It'd be pretty cool. Like somebody plays as Peter and then the other person plays as Miles.
yeah. Or
But
like if they introduce Gwen
yeah, and
and like other Spider people.
and the first villain we see is someone. I guess they're called the people who call it the Underground.
Is that what they're called?
I believe that's what they were called. Unless I'm
Oh, okay.
mistaken. My notes are a little jumbled, but
Can't read
so
my handwriting. It looks like a murderer.
hey, shut up. So what if I write on my wall? Anyways, the Tinkerer is one of the villains. I'm not very familiar with the Tinkerer, and I think it's gonna be where it's like a Mr. Negative situation where he he was one of the villains. Like
Yeah, but there's like a
I don't think anyone was suspecting the Sinister Six until a little bit later on in the game, where it's like, oh,
yeah.
oh, dang a tang.
So there might be like a bigger villain, like a mastermind in the background.
Yeah, it could be. I think it'd be pretty cool to see Kingpin again.
Yeah.
That'd be something you could see, or I don't know. It could be either or. I mean, there's like since then there's been a bunch of new Spider-Man comics coming out, like Spider-Geddon and stuff, and they made Spider Cop a thing. You see the Marvel Spider-Man PS4, like you see his costume. He shows up. That Peter Parker shows up in the comics as well.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
So who knows? Who knows? I mean the game's not out yet, but we're hoping. After that, it was the long-awaited Hogwarts Legacy, which couldn't have come at a worser time.
Yeah.
But I think it's one of those situations where we're. I'm hoping it's like separated from J.K. Rowling, like the whole, like oh I know the whole thingy and stuff.
Like she's just tossing out random like, oh, they pooped and they just used magic to get rid of the poopy.
Yeah, or like Dumbledore was gay.
Yeah, like she's just making fan fiction at this point.
Yeah. And then she goes on a bunch of transphobic and
It's just not good.
It's a shitstorm for her at this point. So
Maybe that's why they made it a prequel.
Yeah,
or
so,
like a completely separate thing.
Yeah, I have no idea how this is gonna happen or how this is gonna go out. So
yeah.
I don't
Also,
know.
the gameplay showed the main character fighting against a guy in like a skull mask, and I really hope that's not the main villain because he looks pretty generic, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, didn't the villains look pretty generic as well? No, I guess some of them have like eccentric like looks to them and stuff. So
yeah,
yeah, it makes sense. I was never really into Harry Potter. Like I seen the movies,
yeah,
and that was it. I never really read the books because holy crap, I didn't have time for that. It's like Game of Thrones. Like I haven't really messed with that yet. But
yeah.
who knows? Maybe it looked interesting. It looked interesting enough for a look.
Do you ever have like pajama day at school, like in elementary?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So we used to have those, and that's the only time I've ever seen Harry Potter.
Really?
Yeah, because everyone they'd be like, "Oh, bring your pajamas and your pillows and whatever," and someone bring movies. Make sure they're PG or PG-13.
Right, just be like a hardcore pornography. I found this in my
Yeah.
dad's room. He likes it.
Yeah, but yeah, everyone would always bring the Harry Potter movies.
Yeah, so you just wait for Pajama Day to watch it. Right, fuck that.
Yeah, and I've only ever seen like the first two.
Speaking of Harry Potter, little off the record. I went to the grocery store yesterday, and there was that woman with a snake around her neck.
Right.
I was mortified. I was shaking. And the aisles weren't that big, So I was just like, and like,
Yeah.
my mind didn't register it was a snake.
You're like,
So
oh, that's a really nice scarf.
yeah, so I looked to the side. I was like, do they have beef stew? There's a ooh, that's a snake. Oh no!
Oh,
And then like do the JoJo like Joseph Joestar. Oh no!
yeah.
And I sped down the like. I told my sister, and she's like, "Oh, ew, ew." I was like, I thought I was safe, away from the snakes at a grocery store. Nope, no, they found me. God, that was the worst day
How?
of my life.
I don't understand how she got inside the store with the
I
snake.
don't know, man. I don't think anyone gave a shit. I think they're just more focused on nobody getting sick.
Yeah.
But I digress. Okay, let's move on. Uh, Obviously, Black Ops Cold War.
Which is still a long title, in my opinion.
It so it's not the original voice actor for Woods.
It's not?
That's what they said. It kind of
Oh,
sounds like him,
it sounds like him,
and I think he said
in my opinion.
Mason somewhere through that.
Uh huh.
And I don't know where. Like they had the little RC car. They had like the cool takedown where you can use somebody as a human shield, and he plants a grenade on them. But in this case, it's a Call of Duty game. It all blends together.
They have one weird takedown that they showed where you stab a guy in the neck and then you shoot him in the head.
Yeah,
And I'm like, I'm pretty sure he's dead with the neck stab. You didn't have to waste a bullet.
yeah. Sorry, I'm drinking something. I don't know. They said they're gonna another zombies. I love the story of the zombies,
I
but
love zombies.
I've never been a
It's
real
a
big
fun
fan.
time waster. Like, I don't do like the Easter egg hunts or whatever. I leave that to like the YouTubers.
Yeah, yeah.
And like, I just get the story from them.
I
But
usually I did the story for Call of Duties. It was a
yeah,
good 6 hours, but for me, it's gonna be a no go. I'm just not that into Call of Duty.
I'll get it if it doesn't take up 100 gigs per update. Because, I don't have much space and I probably won't have much space.
Well, we don't know.
With,
We
I
don't know.
mean, well, yeah, we got to see how big the games are.
Yeah, yeah. Speaking of which, speaking of big, right after that, I now if it is it Resident Evil Village or Village
Yes.
Resident
No,
Evil?
it's Resident Evil Village. And it's kind of clever because they hid like the 8 in there.
Yeah.
It's a Roman numeral 8.
What the fuck
I
with
thought
these
that's pretty
fucking
nice.
Roman numerals, man?
Do not read them.
I can't read.
Oh, okay.
No. So, okay, I'll say it. Ethan looked like a different skin tone.
He
I
does, but I think that's just the lighting.
I hope
Like,
now I'm not. I'm saying like I hope it's the lighting because that'll be a big continuity error.
yeah,
Now
it's most likely the lighting.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with him being black. I mean, if he was black to begin with, that'd have been perfectly fine. But I'm pretty sure Ethan was.
What if he's just really, really tan?
I don't know. Well, I mean, they're in like a clouded country. I doubt he gets tan.
Yeah, well, I mean, he moved.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that they better have moved.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it looks good either way. It looks really good, and I can't wait to play it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is a lighting error because if you remember back to Metal Gear Solid 5 during what's it called? Not Phantom Pain, the one before that. It's like a
Ground
prequel.
Zero.
Yeah, Ground Zeroes. Snake's hair looked white, and people were complaining. They're like, "Oh, is it? What is his hair white? It's not Snake." Blah blah blah.
Well, I mean, first of all, it wasn't Snake.
Well, no. That one was Snake.
Oh, okay, okay.
Oh, potentially. It gets muddy. Um, but yeah, his hair wasn't white, and Konami's like, "No, it's lighting. It's the Fox
No,
engine
no,
or
no.
Kojima rather."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Sorry, I had to
So yeah,
switch the screen real quick to do the. So if it went black real quick, I was
yeah.
just checking because it looked like my
Let
computer
the
was in
recording still going on.
yeah. So if it went black
Okay.
real quick, I apologize. Um, yeah. So that we'll see. Again, these are all just a we'll see kind of
Mm-hmm.
thing. So the next one is a game that I think got delayed. It was called Deathloop.
Right.
So it
I
had like a
still don't get it.
so it had a cool 70s vibe where like, oh, to break the death loop you have to break the rules, and it's the main guy. He's like, I gotta kill Igor. He said, now here's the problem. He's like, I kill Igor, but then there's a guy called the Wolf or something like that. He's in like some other like side of like the place and stuff that I can't be in two places at once. So because
Right.
it's really playing on like he's like, I've done this many times. I always can get the jump on Igor. He's like, now however, he's like, if I get him in the morning before he has a big breakthrough, and I sabotage his plans, I can get him and the other guy in the same place. So it's different ways you can do it. And so all the
Yeah.
while he's being hunted by somebody else. And he has a bunch of people that he has on his hit list, and he's trying to break a loop that he's going through. So when he dies, he starts it all over again.
Is that a multiplayer game? Because it seems like it is.
I
Like 2 players.
don't know. All I know is I think
Because I feel like it's one person try to complete the objective, the other person just be a douche and try to stop them.
yeah. Hey, it's right up your alley.
Yeah.
No, it's very. I think the people who worked on Dishonored is doing this one because it has
I
that.
think so.
It has that very
Yes.
Dishonored feel that you can just.
Arcane Studios.
Yeah. So the next one was just a port. We're looking at Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition, which now
Hell
lets you play
yeah.
as Virgil. So
Yeah, and
that's about it.
he has this really cool thing where he stabs himself and it's like a quick switch to V.
Yeah.
And I don't like V, but I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah. Why doesn't he get a different like Yamato like the way Dante does?
I don't quite know. I'm pretty sure there's an answer for it somewhere.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I did know it at one point, but I forgot.
Yeah. That was just real quick, just a special edition. The next one is a platformer or the 2D platform, Oddworld Soulstorm. I never played the other.
Oh yeah.
I've never played Oddworld. I heard of it. I don't know. Apparently, it takes place after, I guess, one of the other games. I'm not too sure how many games are there, but that's just how it is.
Yeah.
We're going to read this real quick because there's not really much to talk about that everyone else hasn't talked about yet. So we're just giving you a play-by-play of it. I mean, Oddworld's not really my wheelhouse, so I probably won't pick it up. I probably won't play it. But who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, I most likely won't play it either, but it looks fun for people who like platformers.
Yeah, this one came out on left field, though. Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach.
Yay!
That was, man, I'm pretty sure Matt Pat is just creaming his
Tired
jeans right now.
Oh,
He's just like, yes.
because he gets to milk it for like 10 videos.
No, I actually enjoy the lore videos and stuff.
Yeah.
Markiplier
This one's
is
weird,
probably-
Because it starts off with one of the animatronics like upset and trying to find like whoever the main character is.
Yeah.
And then you hear like a deep robotic voice and it's like, oh, I think she found us. So I'm like,
Yeah.
are we teaming up with Freddy or like what's the deal?
Yeah, well, what's weird? What was weird about it was Kellen Goff.
Yes.
He was like, "Oh, I think they found us," and he was being very coy about it.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh no." So he may have something to do with it. Also, he's Diavolo and Overhaul.
Yeah.
So there was that, and then Demon Souls. It was gameplay.
Yeah.
It looked really good. It looked really nice. I think you might like it. I think we can get that'll probably be an LP you'd be excited for.
Yeah, and it's a launch title too, so that's
So
cool.
I mean, hey, I mean, it looked like Poopy Dookie when it on the first time around. So,
Oh yeah, the first release is so old.
hey, the font looks a little weird.
Yeah, I've seen people say that it looks weird, like in general.
Not
people are like,
not
"Oh,
a deal
no."
breaker, not a deal, not an issue, not something that the game's unplayable. It just looks a
Yeah.
little. It's like playing a Yakuza game in English. It's not.
Yeah, that
It
is
just
very
looks
weird.
a little. It's off. So
Because people are like, oh no, the game's supposed to be dark and scary and spooky, not bright, colorful colors. I'm like, it's not that bright. I mean, it is,
it kind of
but
looked
like,
grudging. It was just like grim, and it was just like this looks depressing.
in my opinion, it still has the same tone and mood as like the other Souls games.
Yeah. So I
But
mean, it's fine. It's
It
fine.
just looks nicer.
Yeah, I mean, it looks a hell of a lot better than anything else, and we still have Bloodborne 2 to look forward to. So I mean, if that
Yeah,
comes
at
out,
some point.
if it comes out.
If it does, you have to beat the first one.
Hey, and also I guess Fortnite.
Yeah, apparently there's something with Fortnite. I don't know. I skipped that part.
No, Fortnite's gonna be available on PlayStation 5, along with I believe they say Grand Theft Auto.
Of course it is.
So it's fine.
Those are money
Um,
makers.
Actually, along with that is gonna be the PlayStation Plus collection that was gonna be available on launch with select games. I think it was Persona 5. I saw it. I
Mm-hmm.
saw it with Persona 5, God of War. Uh,
A
Damn
bunch of
it.
other ones.
I Infamous Second Son. Around I was like, oh, it
Yes.
probably won't be on there. No, it's on there. uh, Crap, I don't remember, but they was just part of the PlayStation Plus collection that they were
Yeah.
offering.
So I caught the end of the stream, and that came on, and I was like, yes, PlayStation Now. Of course it's coming. And my brain didn't register as PlayStation Plus.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
it's essentially PlayStation Now integrated into PlayStation Plus.
yeah. That's what I thought too. I was like, yes, PlayStation Now, and I realized PlayStation Collect. Now, I think, and I think this is good. What this is the possibility it might be. I think you still need to pay for it to get those games because like, oh, available at launch. Find the game, download it. They didn't say whether or not we had to pay for it or not. I'm not entirely too sure. I don't know how that works.
I'm pretty sure you'll still have to pay for it. Like it's a
Probably,
subscription.
yeah, probably.
So
Also, what was it? What was fuck? There was a
God of War
game.
Ragnarok.
God of War, yeah, that one. No, no, no. I'm just saying there was a game out there that said you've had a copy on PS4, you get the freely upgraded once you switch over to PlayStation 5.
GTA 5.
Was it? Is that what it was?
Yep. Hmm.
Right, 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 right. Yeah, okay, now you took the win out of my. So go ahead, God of War Ragnarok.
Yeah,
So there we are.
Thor.
Yeah. Um, that's
I
basically.
didn't realize this, but Kratos kills gods. I mean, I realized that part.
Uh huh.
If he has to. And he's most likely going up against Thor. So either Kratos is going to wield Mjolnir
Or
or an older Atreus will.
no,
And
see,
that
here's
is
the thing.
very
Here's the thing
exciting.
about that though is spoilers. If you read the wall, it just goes through like the whole entire like thing.
Yeah.
And hang on one second. Oh no,